It's the Orioles on Masson. We are at Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg, where tonight the Orioles take on the Rays. It's the middle game in this three-game weekend series. And hi, everyone. I'm Jim Hunter. Welcome to the Trop, where last night the inevitable occurred. The Orioles, going in a different direction and looking to the future, lost their 100th game. Now, the lineup that took the field last night for the Orioles was comprised mainly of players who are hoping to be part of this rebuild. Now, some will, but others won't. And either way, loss 100 was sort of fitting because it wasn't one of the Orioles' better efforts of the year. As we look back to last night, the Orioles lost the game 14-2. They never really were in the game, so it's the third time now in club history, joining 1954 and 1988, that the team has had a 100-loss season. Last night, 14 runs allowed for the fifth time this year. How about the pitching? 11 walks of Tampa Bay batters, 6 of those came around the score. The Orioles hitters, for a 51st time this year, struck out at least 10 times. Last night it was 15, and Dylan Bundy continues to struggle, in particular with the home run ball. 2 more allowed last night. He now has an Orioles single-season record of 37 home runs. And Mike Bordick, as we look to the future, and that's what this is all about now, we understand there's going to be growing pains, there's going to be pain, but the point is there is a direction this organization is taking, and it is positive as we look ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's kind of exciting, some degree, a rebuild in process. But in the process of rebuilding, evaluation has to take place. And obviously, some of the players out on this field tonight, they're not going to be here next year. So you evaluate, you weed out, you find out the things you need. Defense is obviously very important. Pitching, hitting, I mean, every aspect really. But I think if you're going to improve pitching, you got to improve the defense. There was a play last night, a double play ball that hurt Dylan Bundy, ended up giving up a 3-run home run. I'm not saying that Bundy was going to end up throwing a complete game, but it's just one of those situations. There's a lot for this team to be looked at, and they're able to find the pieces that they're going to need to hook up, match together to be a more competitive team next year.
And the Orioles, most of their top prospects are still in the minor leagues. They don't have to be added to the roster yet, so why do it?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just too soon to call up some of these guys. Obviously, you don't want to give them a bad taste in their mouth. Right. You want them to be winning-type players. Give them an extra year in the minor leagues. You call them up now, and obviously you start that clock, too. I think the Orioles are being a little bit more conscious about their payroll right now, so cutting the payroll and making sure they can control players for as long as possible. I mean, there is a process here when you're rebuilding, and if you can stick with a plan, good things are going to happen. We talked about it last night. The Orioles aren't the only team to ever lose 100 games, but it's how you respond, how you rebuild, how you bounce back. You know, winning could be right around the corner for this team.
Now, one player that should be part of the future continues to haunt his former team, and that's Joey Rickard. He was drafted by the Rays back in 2012, came to the Orioles as a Rule 5 pick in 2016, and look what Joey has done. 9 games against his former organization. He's batted .433, going 13 for 30, 4 home runs, 17 RBIs, and 10 runs scored. 50% of his home runs and almost 75% of his RBIs have come against Tampa Bay.
Yeah, pretty impressive, right, to do it against this old team. Now, Joey Rickard had incredible numbers before he was taken in that Rule 5 pick in the minor leagues with Tampa. Hit .321. He led all of the Rays minor leaguers. Well, he is haunting this team. Caught a nice changeup out in front last night, and Rickard, a beautiful home run to get the Orioles on the board. It's nice to see what Joey Rickard could potentially do more consistently. I think this is just scratching the surface for Rickard. He's getting another extended look here at the end of this season to see, is he going to be a starting outfielder for the Orioles next year? He keeps swinging the bat like he is against the Rays. I mean, they've got to give him better looks. I mean, Rickard was a spark plug that Rule 5 year. He came up and did some positive things for the Orioles. I think they know what they have in Joey Rickard, and I think they trust him out there defensively as well.
Yeah, and it's probably not a coincidence that Joey's bat is coming around as he gets more consistent at-bats. When you're not in there day in and day out, it is tough to be steady. Now, David Hess will take them out tonight. He's pitched very well against Tampa Bay on the year, but he's coming off a loss last Sunday in Kansas City, and following the game, he talked about lasting just 4 innings.
I wasn't as sharp as I needed to be. I left some balls over the middle of the plate and made some mistakes, just fielding the ball, and so going forward, we just got to be better than that.
Well, this has been a valuable year for David Hess. He is a rookie. He's learning against the best hitters in the game. His first 5 starts, he went 2-2 and a very impressive ERA, 3.07. But then the adjustment period came. Hitters adjusted to him, and he really struggled in those middle 5 starts, 0-4, an ERA of 11.14. But, Mike, he's turning it around. Look at that. His last 5 starts, only 1 win, but the ERA very credible.
Yeah, isn't that what it's all about? The ability to learn at the major league level. Yeah, I think Hess really jumped out, caught everybody by surprise rise and started to put up some zeros, had a nice low earned run average, some good numbers against Tampa to start his young career off. So he got off on the right foot. But, yeah, the season is full of ups and downs, and he definitely took his knocks. He learned, and he talked about after every start, he talked about, this is why I'm here, to learn how to pitch and succeed at the major league level, slowly but surely starting to make the adjustments. He's using his secondary pitches much more frequently, and I think we're seeing that as a common trend now with a lot of the Orioles starters mixing their slider, their curveball, their changeup early so they can set hitters up the second and third time through the batting order.
So David Hess will take the mound tonight. The Orioles and Rays in the middle game of this 3-game series. Yes, we have O's fans in the house. We're coming back to the Trop. Lineups and first pitch are next. Transparency. And by Antwerpen, get in the game this season with a new Toyota from Antwerpen Toyota. Well, again, it was a lovely day in St. Petersburg with some thunderstorms late this afternoon. Our game time temperatures brought to you by BGE Home. We know more, we do more. 84 muggy degrees outside, but inside a very pleasant climate-controlled 72 degrees inside the dome. So tonight, middle game with 3. Let's get a look at the Orioles Southwest starting lineup. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Cedric Mullins in that leadoff spot, and the red-hot Joey Rickard brings a 7-game hitting streak into tonight's game. 348 during the streak with a home run and 2 RBIs. VR, Mancini, and Davis with Beckham back at shortstop. Cisco, Nunez, and Andrioli for the O's.
And let's take a look at Diego Castillo's pitch arsenal. He has got a power arsenal. Cutter, sinker, primary 2 pitches, and he's rushing it up there in the high 90s. He's averaged 97-mile-an-hour fastball. He's above average with the sinker, getting the ground balls as well. 45% of the time he's using that sinker, the power sinker. If it's down around the knees, Orioles going to have some problems getting it elevated. I think the long ball is going to win this ball game. It's a opener ball game for the Rays, and Castillo, this is his 5th opening start. He's done pretty well. He only had 1 bad outing as a starter where he gave up a 3-run home run. Giving up 4 home runs on the year, mostly as a reliever, though. Big arm. Orioles going to have to be patient with him, though. Make sure he throws strikes.
Diego Castillo signed with the Rays when he was 20, so he signed actually somewhat late. Usually the top Dominican prospects, Venezuelan prospects, they sign when they're 16, but he was 20 years old, but as a result, he raced through the minor league system and made his big league debut in June. And he has a good arm. Here's Cedric Mullins leading off. And there's a strike, and there's another good arm out of that bullpen. 99 on the corner.
Yeah. Big power fastball. A lot of big arms in the Rays pen.
Castillo pitched last on Tuesday in Toronto. He pitched 2 innings in relief, scoreless. Mullins late on the swing and fouls it off.
That's the two-seamer. A little four-seamer at 99, then a two-seamer about the same spot. Working away a little bit. You're going to see some different movement on his two-seam fastball. At times he's going to get over the top of it, and it is going to sink like a Zach Britton sinker.
1-2 misses outside, so 1-2 on Cedric, who has a 3-game hitting streak working. And he's going through those adjustment times, Mike, as all young hitters have to do. Once they burst on the scene, there's a book on them. And then it's up to them to adjust to how they're being pitched.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pop up shallow left field. Moving in on it is Tommy Pham. And he gets there for the out and 1 away.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense. As you see, Pham hauling down the first out. He's joined by Kiermaier and Smith in the Rays outfield. Adames and Lowe turning 2 up the middle. Wendell and Bowers on the corners. And Shufo doing the catching again.
And here's the guy that got away. Remember me, Joey Ricker, drafted by the Rays in 2012. The Orioles took him in the Rule 5 draft for the 2016 season. So Joey finishing his 3rd season in the Orioles organization, and he is coming on late. And there's a pitch low. Here's our StatCast AI powered by AWS, and there's the ground ball probability and why they shift.
Yeah, pretty much a pull hitter Joey Ricker is, but he can shoot the ball the other way. He's more of a slash type hitter. Likes to lead with the hands though, so that bat hit will drag through the zone. Saw in yesterday's ball game, he'll catch an off-speed pitch out front, but typically he'll shoot those fastballs the other way.
Well, his hitting streak began in his final game before he was sent to the minor leagues, and he's continued it since he's come back. That's a good take for ball 3.
Yeah, nice little 7-game hit streak going for Joey Rickard. He knows what's at stake right now. Rickard obviously would love to be a starting outfielder, more the 4th outfielder type right now, but a versatile guy, can play left and right.
And taken all the way on 3-0. Diego Castillo has 9 siblings, and all of his siblings and Diego, they're all married, so big family. He has 6 brothers and 3 sisters. There's a strike on the corner.
His mom might be drinking the same water my wife's drinking. Too many kids.
I wonder who hosts Thanksgiving dinner.
He does, because he cooks, right?
That's right, he's a cook. And Joey goes too far on the check swing. That's a strikeout. Home plate umpire Chris Conroy called him out. Joey was asking for an appeal, but he was already ruled out.
Well, another big fastball right here, and painted on that outside corner. Borderline here, and Rickard definitely went. Getting out in front a little bit, but boy, he's touched 100 miles an hour 3 times already.
Throwback jerseys tonight for the Rays. The Devil Rays on those jerseys. Here's VR. Jonathan has a nice streak going. He's hitting 6 straight. Here's a easy 100.
Right. Yeah, and it was nice to see. I mean, VR obviously standing out right now as far as new players, additions to this Orioles team. He's an exciting player, at times a little bit reckless, but in last night's ball game, a great example of how he's been able to make adjustments at the plate. Snell throwing a gem, and he makes an adjustment with 2 strikes, shortens up, he gets a wider stance, slaps the ball up the middle. That helps him relax. Picked up another hit off Snell in last night's ball game. So the ability to make those in-at-bat adjustments, I think, a great sign for VR and the O's.
Ball 3 outside. Well, you have to love his attitude, and you think of what he's been through. You know, we talk about the players the Orioles traded away. Those contending teams wanted those players. And VR, one of the players that went in the other direction, he went from a playoff contender to a last place team, but he's happy to be here because of the opportunity.
Oh boy, play every day? Yeah, I mean, that's what all players dream about. Now, he had some opportunities with Milwaukee, and then last year ended up being more of a platoon in this year as well. And here he's got a chance to suit up and know that he's going to be in the lineup, and he's been producing. He does not want to look back.
And that's over but low, ball 4. And he also has shown, Mike, that he has a pretty good batting eye.
Yeah, Nice take right there. Not in any rush at all. Typically when you see guys rushing it up over 95 miles an hour, hitters expand a little bit, trying to get it going on that big fastball.
Well, Trey Mancini coming to the plate. He is DHing tonight with Chris Davis back in the lineup. Trey 0 for his last 8. He is 6 for 28 on the trip. VR will draw a throw, and he just does get back, and Mancini has owned the Rays this year, sort of.
I'll say 284, very solid season, 4 home runs and 10 RBI. Pretty good numbers right there for Boom Boom Mancini, and of course with his bat heating up, you expect him to have a strong series.
There's a base hit to left field, so he keeps it going against Tampa Bay. So a walk now, a single, 2 on with 2 down. Our PNC inside the numbers.
Yeah, pretty interesting stat here on Diego Castillo. By outs this season, and no outs, 1 out. He's been cruising right along. You see the opponent batting average, but with 2 outs at 279, he's had some problems, and it also comes with runners in scoring position. So the Orioles get a nice walk there by VR. Boom, a single by Mancini, and the pressure on Castillo right now.
So a chance for Chris Davis with a couple of men on. Chris not in the lineup last night, but back in there at first base tonight. Castillo goes right at him.
Numbers not looking too good in front of you with the 180, but he has made some serious improvements over the last couple weeks. Much more consistent contact, hitting up over 300 here in the month of September.
Yeah, let's show you over his last 12 games what Mike is talking about.
Yeah, 319. He's got 15 hits. He's picked up the 1 home run. Got 8 RBIs, and I think Davis really focusing on taking that barrel to the ball as short and quick as possible. He's nice and quiet in the box right now. Doesn't look like he's full of anxiety. That's a good sign.
Runners go, swing and a miss, throw to third is high, the tag, he is out at third base. So VR caught trying to steal third, and that's how the top of the first will end. VR and Mancini get on, but VR tagged out by Wendell to end the first.
The Orioles 2 outs, runners at first and second, and VR making the 3rd out at third base, trying to steal with Chris Davis up. This is not the first time, and I know we've mentioned there are reckless moments from VR, but he's made some great plays this year, but he has run into outs, and I think that is a costly out right there. First part of a ball game, you cannot make that 3rd out at third base.
Malik Smith will come up. Wendell and Pham will follow against David Hess. Malik Smith is having a real good year. Really, for the first time in the big leagues, he's become a regular. And here's the Rays lineup. Smith, Wendell, and Pham with Choi, Kiermaier, and Adames, Bowers, Lowe, and Shufo. Tommy Pham, red hot, the former Cardinal, 11-game hitting streak.
David Hess's pitch arsenal. He's got all four, but the secondary pitch is starting to come alive for Hess. Really starting to figure out how to pitch with his full arsenal. He's had some really good starts here lately. See, 5.27 earned run average, but great numbers against the Rays this year. Expect his confidence to be high today. Well, it's hitting .267 on the year. The 16 home runs. Now, the home runs obviously a big problem spot for all the Orioles pitchers. That's only a little over 80 innings pitched this year and 16 home runs. Not a good ratio.
Ground ball backhanded there by Nunez. He turns and fires low, and it's off the glove of Davis. And Smith will head to second base. So Nunez, a nice play to get the ball, and then he throws it away.
Well, we've seen some problems with some of the internal clocks of some of the Oriole defenders this season, especially the group on the field right now. The inability to turn a double play last night. Here, a beautiful play. Went off the opposite way off a left-handed bat. Can catch a third baseman off guard, but Nunez ready. The problem was there was just an inconsistency in his time. He ended up slowing down way too much and then had to rush at the end with the speed of Smith. A low throw that Davis can't handle. And there's just an extra opportunity for an opposing team.
So Smith with real good speed. He's in scoring position. Joey Wendell now. That ball's hit to right field. I think he got under it. It was a hanging breaking ball. Rickard is there. Smith will tag. Joey's got it. There goes Smith to third base. And he will be at third with one down.
We're going to take a look at the Oriole defense behind David Hess, and they got to tighten up a little bit. And Hess's last outing, 3 errors. Of course, he had a couple of them himself. Andrioli, Mullins, and Rickard will roam the outfield here at the Trop. Beckham and VR turning 2 up the middle with Nunez and Davis on the corners. Chance Cisco doing the catching tonight.
And here's Tommy Pham. As we showed you, he's hitting 11 straight games, acquired from St. Louis. This is his 19th game with Tampa Bay. And the Orioles pulled the infield in, trying to cut off this run. There's Ryan Yarbrough. So he will come on in the second inning. Castillo opens the game and then hits the showers. And that ball is thrown and it slips out of his hand, and here's Smith to score. Wow.
You don't see that too often. Pitchers taught to have more of a relaxed grip to get that little whip on the end, but costly mistake right here. He gets it up to the top, and it's gone.
And a swing and a miss. So I guess that has to be scored a wild pitch.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Sure was.
Breaking ball misses low. So more mistakes. The error allows Malik Smith to reach, and then the wild pitch, which was the fluke. It slipped out of his hand, it looked like, allows the run to score. But Smith should not have been on base. This one slicing to the corner. Joey Rickard trying to cut it off. Goes off the wall, and that's going to allow Pham to go to third. And he is into the stand-up triple.
Well, Pham, the good speed. And Joey Rickard lets this ball play him down that right field line. Crash and burn into that right field wall last night at foul territory. Here he gets up to it, hits it, but the ball eludes him. Unable to keep it in front. He could have taken a more relaxed angle on that just to contain the baseball. As soon as Pham sees that one gets by him, he's off and going. Third triple of the season.
Here's Ji-Man Choi, who last night hit a grand slam. He hit that off Ryan Meisinger, and he bats with the infield drawn in again. Well-placed fastball there, 0-1. See, these are the things, Mike, as you were alluding to in our open tonight, that you just can't allow happen for a young pitcher on the mound. I mean, that first out should have been made. It should have been 1 out, nobody on, and Hess feels good about things, and instead now the Rays have a chance for a big inning.
Absolutely. Outs.
Center field, it should be deep enough. Cedric Mullins is there. He's got it, and he'll fire back in. Here comes Pham. So a sac fly and an RBI, and it's 2-0 Rays.
Yeah, too many extra opportunities, obviously, and the Orioles just got to find a way to tighten some things up a little bit. A way to be more consistent on defense. The Rays have just exploded this season. Their offense is one of the tops in the American League this year. I think they're third right now in the American League. Pitching's up there as well. So offensively, you better be on your game, or the Rays are going to take advantage of every opportunity.
They do a real good job of putting the ball in play. They're a very good situational hitting team. Here's Kiermaier. Fastball for a strike. Tampa Bay, of course, has hopes of catching Oakland for that #2 wild card spot. They began the day 8 games back. Both teams winning last night. The Athletics are home today with Texas, and they are tied in the 6th inning. So you know the Rays have one eye on that scoreboard. They need Oakland to lose. The Athletics have an interesting week coming up, because after that game tomorrow with Texas, they fly to Baltimore. Day off on Monday. Then they play the Orioles Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before coming here next weekend to play the Rays.
Right.
3-1 on Kiermaier, who's got a 5-game hitting streak working as David Hess tries to get out of this 1st inning.
Well, I don't know that too many teams are looking forward to playing the Rays right now. I mean, they're one of the hotter teams, if not the hottest team in baseball.
Line drive, and there's a base hit to right center field. Rickard over to cut it off. Kiermaier has to put on the brakes. Nicely done there by Joey.
And that's what you're going to get right there. Rays hitters looking to take extra bases. Kiermaier with a good speed. So coming out of the box, a little soft line drive over the second baseman's head. But he's thinking, too, a power turn out there, kind of forcing Rickard to rush it back into the infield.
Ozzie Timmons, the first base coach, chatting with Kiermaier. Here's Willie Adames, the shortstop. That's coming off that loss in his last start against Kansas City. Did win his prior start against Toronto.
And a couple good starts back to back, actually like 3. But he started to really go to his secondary pitches. He was confident, mixing everything up, locating his fastball. Problems in that Kansas City game, and slow start to this one.
And again, the inning should be over. The inning should be over with no runs on the board. Instead, it's 2-0 Tampa Bay. 3-0 on Adames. There's a strike taken all the way. 3-1. Kiermaier close. He will take off. He has 9 steals.
And Kiermaier caught stealing last night. Austin Wynn's a beautiful throw to get him right on the money.
Foul back, 3-2.
But you know, Cisco's going to be tested in this ball game. Rays definitely some good team speed.
Full count, so Kiermaier is off with the pitch. Davis backs up. 2 men down. And fouled off again. course, for David Hess, his big league debut was against these Rays. That was at Camden Yards. Bounce towards third. Nunez charges, throws off balance, and off the bag is Davis. Safe at first is Adames, and the inning continues. Because of the effort there, that probably will be scored a base hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Pretty nice play to glove this ball. Watch how he reaches out, gets that short hop. I mean, that is a beautiful play right there. He's trying to get that body control with this momentum heading towards the Oriole dugout. Gets a little bit off and pulls Davis off that first base back. Now take a look how he gets that body and comes up on top. And the momentum kind of falling away. Davis almost able to keep that toe on the base. Up the line.
Well, Roger McDowell out for a first inning chat as David Hess, because of 2 plays not made behind him, still out there.
Well, Hess not really considered a strikeout pitcher, so he's got to have his defense pick it up behind him, make some plays, help him out.
Jake Bauers now, he's in the number 7 spot tonight. He's got a little bit of a slump going. He's 0 for his last 15 and 1 for his last 32.
Yeah, I'll say that's a slump.
Bluff's going from first.
One thing about Bauers, though, the good eye, a couple walks in last night's ball game, and as a scuffling hitter, probably the hardest thing to do is maintain that patience, you know. Stepping into the box, wanting to get a hit, trying to get that batting average going in the right direction. But he's just maintaining the patience up there. And swinging and only strikes, just got a lot of good luck going.
First and third, 2 runs in, 2 down. And again, Adames bluffs going from first and stops. And his major league debut against the Rays, Matt Duffy hit a 3-run home run in the top of the first. 3 batters into his big league debut, he trailed. And Hess recovered from that, did not allow another run, and picked up the win. So 6 strong innings, 3 runs in his big league debut. Check swing at a high fastball. And they appeal, and he went.
Well, take a look. That one's trying to get on that high heater, recognizing up and out of the zone, but can't hold up. Started that bat a little early, 2-0.
And a called strike, 2-2. 94, a little extra giddy up there.
Yeah, good heater.
David drafted by the Orioles back in 2014, 5th round out of Tennessee Tech. Team that this year qualified for the College World Series. There goes Adames, and a base hit in the left field. Another run will score as Kiermaier comes in. Adames going to third, the throw not in time. So Bauers breaks his 0 for 15 with an opposite field single, and it's 3-0 Tampa Bay.
Pretty good piece of hitting right there. But, Hess missing his spot. You see Cisco setting up down and in. Wants that fastball in on the knuckles. And it's out over, and Bauers just shooting it the other way. Pick up the knock and an RBI on the end.
So Adames ends up at third, Bauers at first. 37th RBI, and just like that, it's a 3-0 game.
Yeah, pretty aggressive base running right there. Hard hit ground ball to left field, and Adames hustling into third base. Play right in front of Andrioli.
Runner goes from first. Cisco throws through. And a rundown is Bauers, and tagged out by VR. He ran him back to the base and tagged him out. And the home plate umpire says the run scores. So Adames will steal home, and Bauers will be caught trying to steal on a 2-4. 4-run first inning for Tampa Bay. They grab the early lead.
it's time for the Jiffy Lube pitching change. Jiffy Lube stores now do brake services. Stop in and let Jiffy Lube perform a free brake inspection today. Well, Ryan Yarbrough coming out of the Rays bullpen, and he is having a stellar year. 13 wins. He's made 6 starts. It's opening starts at a 3.68 earned run average with 112 punch-outs this season. And a pretty good mix of pitches, holding opponents down to that 238 batting average. Lefties having trouble under 200. Has given up the 16 home runs, though. Nice little cutter and change combination.
Chris Davis leads off. He was at the plate when VR was caught trying to steal third to end the first. Beckham is on deck, and then Cisco. Breaking ball in there.
Yeah, so the lefties see the slider change fastball combination, and the righties are going to see that cutter change combination with the occasional fastball mixed in. And overpowering. Rushed that heater in there about 92 tops. The finesse pitcher trying to keep hitters off balance and locate.
Back the other way. So 2-2 on Davis, who has hits in his last 4 games. Yarbrough has been pitching very well. His last 5 appearances, his ERA is 0.84, and he's gone 3-0. And this is the spot, if you're Ryan Yarbrough, you love to come into this game. 4-0 lead. He's now the pitcher of record.
All right. Getting some wins.
You talk about a vulture. Line to left field. Pham was deep. And he has to come in on it and make the catch. Still learning the outfield here at the Trop.
Yeah, that ball kind of dying on him. I think he might have thought that was hit a little bit harder.
So 1 down, and the Orioles invite fans to step into the ring and enjoy WWE Birdland Mania at Oriole Park. Comes your way Wednesday, September 19th, when the O's host the Blue Jays. Now, the special WWE ticket package includes a Birdland Mania bobblehead and a game ticket. So get your tickets online. Just go to Orioles.com/WWE. There's Tim Beckham. And there's a strike on the outside corner. There's a bloop towards the middle. Diving play there by Lau, but he has no play. Nicely done. That'll be an infield hit. So Beckham is on with 1 down here in the second. Our Maryland Lottery Home Run Riches contestant of the game is Mohammed Zindaki of Severn. Mohammed has already won $500 for being selected and will win $500 more for every Orioles home run hit during tonight's game. We say good luck to Mohammed. Hopefully you'll have a windfall night, and the Orioles will hit a lot of home runs.
Yeah. Pretty nice.
And Brendan Lau, the Terp, out of the University of Maryland, making that fine play. There's Chance Cisco, and he'll take a strike.
Yeah, Beckham happy to get the knock, but it isn't easy. You know, stressing to get hits, and a infielder makes a diving play. It's too far up the middle to make the throw on the end, but you know Beckham's heart rate went up a little bit.
Well, he snaps an 0 for 10, does Tim, with that base hit. Top foul. Cisco on the trip has gone 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. His last hit was July the 12th. Against the Phillies. Of course, he spent quite a bit of time in the second half of the year in AAA. One and two. And he got him on a slow breaking ball. So Cisco down on strikes and 2 away.
Boy, he really softened that one up. Only 75 miles an hour. And Cisco out in front. Watch that upper body reaching out to try to get it. Good pitch by Yarbrough, and a nice feel with the slider. Ability to add and subtract with that pitch.
Here's Renato Nunez. Fastball for a strike. You know, the concept of the opener, their theory is that you can utilize, in this case it was a hard-throwing right-hander, to go 1 inning, and then you go to the opposite arm to eat up some innings. And the hope being is that the opposing team will have their lineup set for the starter, and then after 1 inning he's gone. Now the Orioles lineup tonight has only 2 left-handed bats. Kevin Cash knew that Davis probably would play today, and Chance Sisco was scheduled to play today, so he's in there. But only 2 of the 9 hitters, because of the 2 switch hitters the Orioles have, will be left-handers. So in this instance, it hasn't worked as well as it has in past games.
Right.
You know, there are some teams that have 3, 4, 5 right-handed batters at the top of the lineup, so you start that hard-throwing right-hander, and you have the advantage. Just does get a piece to stay alive at 1-2. Nunez 0 for his last 7 and just 4 for 22 on the road trip. And again, another young hitter going through the adjustment process. Chop to third, and that's fine.
Good change up right there. Yeah, it's fun watching, obviously, young players work at the major league level, but in this situation, it's interesting how players respond, right? Orioles losing their 100th game last night. VR, a guy that's been around, he's on a losing team right now, seems to be relaxed and just playing the game, having some fun. A little reckless, like we talked about, making that third out at third base, but he's all over the place right now. And he's playing like a young VR.
Wide of the bag at third is Wendell. Throw to second base. Does keep his foot on the bag. That's Brandon Lau. And a nice play there. So base hit a man left mid-second. 4 unearned runs and a 4-0 lead for the Rays. Pitcher, how he pitches within the division.
Yeah, absolutely, and he has been pretty dominant, to say the least. 3 wins, got a 3.50 earned run average against the American League East, and you see that 7.57. Made 7 starts against all the other teams. Doesn't have a win, 6 losses on the board. On an average up there over 300. It's down to 228 against the East. But how about the numbers against the Rays? 2 wins, 2.79 earned run average. A whip just over 1. His 4 appearances, 3 games started. And you know what the most impressive thing about that is? You talked about him making his debut and coming away with a win. Gave up 3 runs with that 3-run shot by Duffy. But it wasn't. It took 3 starts or 2 starts later. He's facing the Rays again, and he throws 6 2/3. Even better, didn't give up a run. So I think that's even more impressive about Hess. They see him again, and he still able to shut him down.
Brandon Lau was at the plate when the Rays executed the double steal attempt. And Adames stealing home, and then Bowers caught in a rundown by VR. Out of the University of Maryland. He has some friends and former teammates watching tonight.
A couple Rays players from the University of Maryland. Adam Kolaric and their relievers went to the University of Maryland as well. A little hotbed of baseball up there.
So that's why you were asking Kevin Cash about him. Sky to center. Mullins has plenty of time. That ball's way up there. Now he comes in. I didn't think it hit the catwalk. And Lowe is going to go to second base with a double. Wow. What else can go wrong for the Orioles? That is a routine fly ball, and it hits the catwalk.
Yeah, well, I think another lesson learned, right? Everybody's got to keep their eye on the baseball, especially with this roof here. And Mullins expecting that ball to be out to him. He gets caught up in the rafters and bounces, almost hits VR in the head.
Now, of course, if VR catches that ball, he's out, but you're not expecting it to hit the catwalk.
No, but the point being, with a roof like this, every infielder should be pointing at the ball and going out until the ball is contained, period. I mean, that's a fundamental when you come into a building like this. I mean, the old Metrodome used to be like it as well.
Here's the catcher, the rookie, Nick Schufo. He says he was hit by the pitch. And Chris Conroy says, oh, okay, you were hit by the pitch, go to first base. Wow. He didn't call it. Then the batter said I was hit, and he said, oh, okay, go ahead. Here's the ball hit off the catwalk. And here's Schufo. That never touched him. That absolutely never touched him.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. He just turns around and says, hey, I think that hit me in the foot. And the umpire just says, oh, okay, go ahead down to first base. How about a little powwow?
So first and second, nobody down. The lineup turns over already. Here's Malik Smith, who reached on a throwing error by Nunez and scored in the first. Alex Smith just 1 for 7 in his head-to-heads against David Hess. Got 2 outside. This Tampa Bay team, they're at 76 and 64. They are a season high 12 above. They've been here a few times, so they tie their season high. And they're looking forward to a strong finish because they play 15 of their final 22 games here at home. And they have become a real dominant home team here at Tropicana Field. Weak ground ball to short. Beckham goes to second out there. No throw back to first. So they keep the double play in order on the fielder's choice, and 1 down. Well, as you enjoy a Miller Lite, look forward to the Hold True moment later in tonight's game. So David Hess will try to work out of this jam. A ball off the catwalk and a phantom hit by pitch. So first and third, 1 down for Joey Wendell. He flied out to right field, his first at bat.
Well, they tried the first and third steal last inning. Kind of expected again with Smith at first base. 28 steals this year.
Tampa Bay already has 1 sack fly in this game. They are near the top of the American League. They have the 4th most. It's a very underrated statistic, getting in a run with a fly ball. Bunt is on, squeezes on, flip to the plate, the tag, safe at the plate. Brandon Lowe gets in there.
Pulling out all the stops, right? A squeeze play is continually putting the pressure on the Oriole defense right now. A nice attempt there by Hess with the little glove flip. see the timing perfect by the Rays. See him slide to that back corner of the base. Nicely done.
So Brandon Lau gets the hand in there, and it's 5-0 Tampa Bay. RBI for Wendell. Jufo ends up, or excuse me, Malik Smith ends up at second base. There's Pham, and he fouls it back. Pham tripled and scored in the first. Well, the official score has ruled Wendell reaches on a fielder's choice, not on a sacrifice. I guess in his opinion, it was Hess's decision to go to the plate, not the first. Yeah. I think it should be a base hit. I think he would have had a chance to get him anyway. So that'll be a fielder's choice in an RBI. Goes through. That one nearly hit Malik Smith in the back.
They tried a couple of those pickoff attempts in Kansas City, and a couple of them ended up being errors. Helping himself. I see him try it anyway, so he's not afraid to throw into the bases.
Tried to get him the chase. So 1-2 on Pham. The Rays have won 9 in a row here at home, and in their last 38 games they've won 30. They're 30-8 in the last 38 here at the Trop.
Yeah, and they're getting a lot of new players. I mean, they were the first team to start trading guys away. Denard Span, Alex Colomé, got rid of a couple of their big pitchers, and Archery, Uvalde, and
Andres.
Yeah, Andres. So using some of the young players from within, and when they made those trades, they were able to pull back players that they had targeted that they wanted. I would say it seems like everybody's pulling in the right direction right now. Kevin Cash, the manager of this Rays team, he's out there working with we were talking about it today. We get to the field, we're sitting up here at 3 o'clock, and it's like instructional league going on. They've got the catchers doing work down in the bullpens. They've got the infielders going on, and Kevin Cash is hitting like live BP to him. He's got a coach flipping. So he's got everybody involved, and you know, they're in the playoff picture. So I think there's a true excitement.
Runners go, swing and a miss. Throw to third is high, and Malik Smith gets in there. So a double steal. Pham is retired. I don't know why he's running to first base, but Malik Smith with the stolen base. So 30 for him and 13 for Wendell.
They called it on the swing there. Pham thought he held up. That's why. Check swing doesn't go his way.
Tanner Scott getting up early here in the second inning. So 2 in scoring position with 2 down. And here is Ji-Man Choi. Sharply hit foul. Yeah, the Rays, Mike makes a good point. They've used 53 different players this year, which ties a club record that they set just last year. So this process actually goes back to last year, carried into the offseason. That's when Longoria was traded. So that was the face of the franchise being traded, and the big contract as well. And it continued with the Denard Span, who ironically came back to the Rays in that Longoria trade. Colomé went. Odorizzi went to Minnesota. Then Andres went to Arizona. Chris Archer went to Pittsburgh. So they look for players that fit their philosophy, and they are very much into the analytics. And obviously, it's paying off for them because they have a winning record, and even though I don't know how realistic their playoff shot is, they're in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be tough for them to get there, but when you get guys that start believing they have a chance to make it to the postseason, it just builds a general excitement with this group. And you know, there's going to be carryover for next year, because even if they fall a little bit short, at least they're starting to believe they can do it.
Swing and a miss, so Choi goes down on strikes, and that will end the inning. So Tampa Bay gets another. They have the lead as we head to the third. Brought to you by PNC, make today the day. And by the University of Maryland Medical Center, be a part of something greater. There's the Sky Bridge. That's how we get to Sarasota. Tough beginning here for David Hess, and most not his fault.
Slow start to the game, obviously, defensively. That kind of cost him there in the first inning. But Ray's team keeps pushing.
That ball's looped down the line and is foul, and Malik Smith, good effort, but he couldn't get there.
I think the Rays obviously taking advantage of the opportunities to put some pressure on the defense. I know that there are some holes out there, so a squeeze play, which we don't see too often. Couple stolen bases. They tried the double steal, first and third situation, so they are putting some pressure on the Orioles right now.
Andrioli is in the number 9 spot. Mullins is on deck, and then Rickard. Change up for a strike. 1-2 on Andrioli, who has hits in his last 2 games, 2 out of 5, facing Ryan Yarbrough. The Rays, because of the philosophy of using the openers in many of their games, have set a new major league record for most innings pitched by a bullpen. They came into this game 693 2/3, and there's a called strike 3. And that broke the old record that was held by the Colorado Rockies.
Well, here's a look at the cutter. And Andrioli just not picking it up well. It got mixed up a little bit. Saw the full arsenal. Nice little change up the pitch before. And maybe Andrioli looking out there on the outer edge. That one cutting in for strike 3.
Cedric Mullins flied out to left field his first at bat. Yeah, the Rays bullpen has thrown 55.5% of the innings this year for Tampa Bay. That is way above.
Yeah.
And as a result, their starters have thrown the fewest innings in Major League Baseball. Now just 558 with the 1 inning tonight by Castillo. You know, but you wonder though, during the parts of the regular season, of course, if you have optionable relievers, it helps. But when you have 1 or 2 starters and you have to keep going to the bullpen night after night, will it eventually wear down? That's the question.
Yeah,
no one's ever done this before.
Right. Gonna have a few starters out there anyway.
Cedric Mullins will take a 4-pitch walk. So the Orioles get a base runner in the 3rd. Don't forget, the Athletics will be at Oriole Park this coming week, September 11th through the 13th. And on Thursday, September 13th, all fans receive This Is Birdland t-shirt. That's a good-looking shirt. So get your tickets. Come on out and join us at Orioles.com. Oh, yes, the Hawaiian shirt makes its presence. Here's Joey Rickard. Joey struck out his first at-bat. That was against Diego Castillo, who was throwing 100. And his foul over Wayne Kirby's head. Wayne didn't even flinch. Too busy timing that move to the plate. Nothing in 2 on Rickard. That ball's blooped to right field. And Alex Smith has it go by him. He tried to make a lunging catch on it. Rickard ends up at second base, and Mullins ends up at third. So that should be a single, and then an error allowing the runners to advance. Whoa, they gave him a double.
Wow, Orioles catching a break right there. Smith taking one away in last night's ball game, playing shallow in right field, and he had a beat on this one, but right at the end. I don't know if the ball got pushed away. Take a look at Cedric Mullins. Getting out there in the middle, making sure a ball's contained. Nice job base running right there, easily into third base. Well done.
So now a base hit can get the Orioles right back in this. Alex Smith looking at the defensive chart for VR. That's a new concept. You don't see many teams doing that. Right. We saw it last night. Was Brandon Lowe or Lau when he was in left field. He pulled out his,
right.
What would you call that, Mike? A cheat sheet?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Not cheating. Know where to position these guys.
Towards the middle, off Yarbrough, towards shortstop. No play and a run scores. That'll be an infield hit for VR, and it's a 5-1 game.
Man, that got Yarbrough flush right there. A hard hit ball by VR. Coming right back in hot. 94 off the bat, and it catches him right on that right shin. That's all the way out to Adames at shortstop, and he wisely puts that one in the back pocket. Ooh, that catches him clean.
Pitching coach Kyle Snyder will come out just to give Yarbrough a little breather and get the feeling back.
Yeah, surprised the trainer didn't get out there right away.
Well, the official scorer, I guess, got some pressure from somebody because he's changed Joey Wendell's squeeze play. It is now a sacrifice, but he does get an RBI. So the difference there, of course, is no charged at bat. And I think that's the right call.
Yeah. I think he heard you talking about it.
Here's Trey Mancini. He has runners on first and third and one down, and this is where the Orioles might have to take advantage of it. Ooh, that's a borderline pitch for a called strike.
Trey didn't like it.
Well, he's seeing the ball so well now. He feels it should be 1-0, and it's not. Weak ground ball towards third. Wendell has it. He goes to second for one. Back to first. There's a double play, and that will end the inning. Brandon Lau with a solid throw on the pivot. settle for one. Mid-third, 5-1 Rays.
Take a look at Rylan Bannon. Brought over in the Machado trade. MVP and Rookie of the Year out in the California League, and he is the O's number 22 prospect. He's a strong, compact-framed player, and say could be a plus defender with more consistency. But of course, all infielders could be plus defenders with more consistency. So, got to put the time in and make the plays.
And he was a college teammate of Zach Lothers at Xavier. They were on the same team together, drafted the same year. And now they're back in the system. They didn't play together this year because Zach was still at Frederick. Here's Kiermaier. Hess will look for a clean inning. Defense turned him down did him in the first, 4 unearned runs, and then the rally in the second, getting going by the ball that hit the catwalk. Bouncer to the yard, gets a nice charity hop. Kiermaier's down and 1 away. Well, there's so much to see and do on the beaches and islands of Sarasota on Florida's Gulf Coast. Go beyond the stadium to the area's beaches, known to be some of the best in the world. Plan now at visitsarasota.com. Rays are having a fun time tonight.
They need some company out there.
Yeah, there's no one visiting. Maybe it's closed. Usually there's a lot of fans around the tank.
Right.
Maybe it's quiet time for the Rays. Adames reached on an infield hit and scored in the first inning on a throw by Nunez, who made a nice backhanded stop on a short hop and then threw the ball wide to first. So the Rays tonight are wearing throwback jerseys that have their old name on it. They're no longer the Devil Rays, but yet they have the alternate jerseys, and that's a called strike 3 and 2 down.
Good fastball right there. Get him looking on that outside corner. You see Cisco sliding over to the inner edge, and boy, does Hess hit his spot the right way. Perfect pitch right there. Adames not looking for anything on that inner third. You see him jumping out of the way, and Cisco receiving it well in the call.
Here's Jake Bowers. Let's get a fastball by him. Strike 2. 95. Center field. Mullins back at it. He has a play. If it doesn't hit a catwalk. And he's got it for the out. So there you go. 3 up, 3 down inning. First time tonight the Rays have gone in order. RAV4 Toyota, what drives you? Visit buyatoyota.com for great deals. Well, here at Tropicana Field, they have a real nice baseball museum. There's an exhibit for Cal Ripken, the Hall of Famer. There's a Ted Williams exhibit there as well. Nicely done. We'll have to go visit that, Mike.
I'd like to.
I'd like to look for the Mike Bordick exhibit.
It wouldn't be in there. No, should be.
Here's a strike to Chris Davis. Yarbrough stays on. Count. Beckham on deck and then Cisco in this 5-1 game. Yarbrough on relief of the opener, Diego Castillo, who pitched the scoreless first inning. The Orioles ran themselves out of the inning when VR tried to steal third on Castillo with Davis up. And how about that? Not really shifting on Chris Davis. Then this could be because of the repertoire of Yarbrough.
Yeah, it could be. And also could be that Davis kind of trying to use the whole field.
As he shows there, hits it to left, but it's right at Tommy Pham. So he hit it well. Right to Pham for the out. And one down. Don't forget the White Sox will be at Camden Yards next weekend, September 14th through the 16th. And the middle game on Saturday, September 15th. First 35,000 fans 15 and over receive an Orioles lightweight hoodie. So don't miss out. Get your tickets at Orioles.com.
A couple of the giveaways there. It's good stuff.
Here's Tim Beckham. Beckham hit a soft line drive towards the middle his first at bat. He reached on a base hit. Brandon Lyle made a diving stop but had no play on Beckham. Sharply hit, knocked off the glove of Adames, and there's another base hit for Beckham. So Tim came into this game 0 for his last 10, and he's 2 for 2.
Yeah, that first knock going down kind of helps the confidence a little bit, and Beckham gets all over this one. 101 off the bat, a smash out to short. Thomas can't hang on to it. Kicking off the glove a little bit. Beckham picking up his second knock.
Francisco struck out his first at bat. Chance looking for his first hit since coming back from AAA. He joined the team in Seattle. It was on Monday. Cisco and Jimmy Yacobonis were with the AAA Tides, and they were on the road to Durham. And they left the team's hotel in Durham at 5 a.m. on Monday to get a flight to make that long trip to Seattle. Steve Wilkerson rejoined the team here. Still nursing that hamstring injury that he sustained at AAA, but he is active, and when that hamstring recovers, he'll likely get into a game, and he's going to the Arizona Fall League along with Austin Hayes. Cisco to left, that chases Pham back. And he's got it for the out. Beckham thought about tagging, but instead puts on the brakes, and 2 men down on the fly ball out. Orioles fans, the day after the O's score 5 runs or more, get 50% off regular menu price online orders at papajohns.com with the promo code Orioles5. Enjoy the quality pizza you have come to expect from your locally owned and operated Papa John's. Renato Nunez batting now. Orioles have had base runners in every inning, but the Rays keep getting big outs, and as a result, the O's have just the 1 run. That ball's hit to left field pretty deep. Pham back on it, and that ball is gone, and the O's are right back in it. Renato Nunez hits it out. That's his 4th, and it's a 5-3 game.
You'd like to see that. Nunez a miscue early in the ball game, but making up for it a little bit, picking up his 5th home run, driving in a couple more. The O's a little bit closer. The Rays.
Yeah, 4th as an Oriole, 5th overall. And it's a 5-3 game.
Off hot, almost 102 miles an hour off the bat.
And another $500 for our Maryland Lottery home run richest contestant of the game, Mohamed Zindaki of Severn.
Let's take a look. Jumping all over first pitch here. Like a fastball that stayed up middle. And Nunez ready for it. Nice little load there and catches it out in front. Question of the power with Nunez, because he's got it.
And that's a big, big home run with 2 down. So the Orioles at one time down 5-0, now trail at 5-3. All 3 runs off Yarbrough. Check swing, he didn't go. Well, Andreoli is certainly getting a nice long look. Another start today. Adam Jones again not in the lineup, as Buck Showalter told the press before the game. He wants to get a look at some of these prospects. And the only way to do that in game action is to play them.
Yeah, give them some consistent ABs, and a lot of times you'll find out what they're made of and kind of approach they have. Maybe you'll find out some things they need some work on.
Swings through the changeup, and that will end the inning. But the Orioles with a big blow, a base hit by Beckham, and then a 2-run home run by Renato Nunez, mid-4th in a 5-3 game. You see at Major League games, Mike. How about Brandon Lau off the catwalk?
Right. Came off hot, 107 miles an hour off the bat, but straight up with that 40 degrees and hits the catwalk. Drops in, and the Rays put some pressure on him. Wouldn't you know it? Little squeeze play right here. Some situational baseball. And there's Brandon Lau, 27.2 feet per second to score another run. The Rays took a commanding lead early, but the Orioles fighting back now within 2.
Sharply hit right at first. Ooh, nice grab there by Davis. That ball was scorched. Brandon Lau retired and 1 away.
A hard hit ball, better be in a good position. And Davis right off the bat gets the glove right down on the ground. 104 miles an hour off the bat. Probably the most important thing for infielders, to have that glove ready. Because big league hitters, when they square it up, it comes at you pretty quick. And if your glove's not down and open, you're going to get beat.
Here's Nick Schufo, the catcher. September call-up, a rookie. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning, but he really wasn't hit by a pitch. Foul tip held by Cisco. Off speed pitch and a swing and a miss. 1-2. Beckham calls. And he's got it. And 2 down. Well, the White Sox are at Camden Yards next weekend, September 14th through the 16th. And on Sunday, September 16th, first 20,000 fans 15 and over receive an Orioles replica BP cap presented by DAP. For tickets, Orioles.com. 2 down, and there's Malik Smith. David Hess has retired 7 straight.
Nice. He's hoping for another quick inning right here. Get this Oriole offense back up there. They're starting to make some good contact off Yarborough.
That's a real good looking breaking ball there.
Yeah, nice job slowing it down. 74 miles an hour. Stealing a strike to get right back into the count. Malik Smith way off balance there.
Picked up the foot just in time, 2-1. Smith, 25 years old, native of Florida. He's from Tallahassee, state capital. Now that's a good sequence. Slow breaking ball, then it looked like the changeup that bounced, but then he gets a fastball by him.
Yeah, absolutely. And you like the fastball up at the top of the zone, kind of playing it off that breaking ball. Saw Snell do that last night. Nice combination of pitches.
Center field, it hangs for Mullins, and Cedric runs it down. A back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings for David Hess. We are through 4 in a 5-3 game. With the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society Light the Night Walk. The O's have drawn 370 walks for a total of $18,500. Care First encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and a more active lifestyle. Well, one time 5-0. Now some fans hanging out with the Rays. 5-3 game. Here's Mullins. Yarborough gets a breaking ball in there for a strike.
Pretty good luxury to have a guy like Yarborough in after that opener. Oh, in the 1 inning, and Yarborough eating up some innings.
Off the end of the bat to left, Pham has a play. Well, David Hess, of course, yesterday had the incident with the football, and it's his left eye, as you can see. And yesterday he talked about the incident.
Trying to make sure that I could see, and once I could see, I knew I was okay, and so that was good, but definitely something got to be careful with going forward. This is one of those times where this kind of freak accident happened, and so I guess next time I just got to move my head or catch the ball.
How about catch the ball? Maybe use some receiver gloves, right?
Well, a lot of teams do that. The relievers, Makes it fun doing their running. This is a long throw across and off the bag, and it goes all the way into the well. Bangs off it. Nunez trying for second. The throw. He is out at second base. Another out on the bases. Excuse me, that was Rickard.
Wow. Well, Joey Rickard, a nice job. There wasn't anybody back there until Shufo. Another great job backing up. Saw it in last night's ball game. He makes this throw. Ooh. Yeah, you see Rickard's hand come off the base right at the end. And you keep the tag on. That is the key. You see Rickard on there. He beat it. But just at the end, the hand slips off. And that's where the call was made.
I think he's safe.
Yeah, they'll review it. Buck wants to review it. Let's take a look. See the right hand slide in, but while he's keeping the glove on, does his left hand get in there?
And the Orioles will not challenge. So Rickard is out. It's the second out on the bases in this game. And here's Jonathan Villar.
And there are a lot of times plays are made, just detail gets overlooked, and backing up, and we mentioned Shufo a couple times backing up. He was the one that made that play. So good job, nice awareness. Picking up that throw from the shortstop. That's what it's all about, making sure you pick your teammates up a little bit. And it was good effort there. Adames backing up the third baseman. And that low throw up the line, and gets himself in trouble, but the teammates help him out, getting out on the end. Take a look. See Adames with a nice play. But as the ball gets it back, take it out. There's Shufo. And how about the right fielder, Malik Smith, coming all the way in as well? I mean, they had backup all over the place.
And another tough break, because that ball nearly went into the camera well, and he would have been awarded second base. Right. And instead, it looked like it hit the facade and right back to Shufo. So it's an infield hit, but an out at second base and two down. And Jonathan Villar draws a walk, and here comes Kevin Cash. Trey Mancini, a power threat coming up. We'll have a pitching change here. Yarbrough will leave. And here's Ryan Stanek, another hard thrower, coming on in the fifth.
It's 49th appearance he's making, but he's been one of the openers 24 times actually for this Rays team, so used many different ways. He's got the big three-pitch mix, 95 to 100-mile-an-hour fastball, slider, and a split finger. See, he has troubles keeping the runners on base. 50% have ended up scoring.
Mancini fouls it back. Trey 1 out of 2. He singled in the first inning. He is 2 for 5 against Stanek with a home run. Orioles down by a pair, have VR on at first. Real good cut. 0-2. VR in this game, he's been on base all 3 times. So the base hit off the pitcher's leg and a couple of walks. And why that is newsworthy, the Orioles had walked a total of 2 times in the last 5 games. And in this game, they've been able to draw 3 walks and 2 by VR. There's a chase to pitch in the dirt. Nice block there by Schufo.
We kind of talked about the Oriole offense last right now in the hitting department. They're also last at on-base percentage. I mean, they're the only team in the American League with are under 300. 298 coming into this ball game.
VR runs, pitches take it for a ball, throw is high, VR has the base. So he steals second base. Orioles have had 2 thrown out on the bases here, including VR caught trying to steal in the first.
Getting himself in a scoring position. A nice take there by Mancini and good speed by VR.
From 0-2 to 2-2 on Mancini. Right field, it hangs up for Malik Smith. He makes the catch. That one nearly sailed over his head. So the Orioles threaten, cannot score. Mid-5th, 5-3 game. Products you love at amazingly low prices. Who but WB Mason, the official office product supplier of the Baltimore Orioles. And by Johns Hopkins Orthopedics. When you have a setback, we set you up for a comeback. Back here at Tropicana Field, the Rays tank, always a popular attraction here. 5-3 game. David Hess back to work after back-to-back 3 up, 3 down, 10-pitch innings.
Settling in nicely. Popping the fastball. Big time velocity today. 94, 95 miles an hour a couple times.
We'll have to ask him about that after the game. Where'd that come from?
Yeah, locating really well that arm side.
A little bit low on the fastball. 1-1 on Wendell. Pham on deck, and then Ji-Man Choi as we play in the 5th. It's not a bad pitch count when you consider he was at 51 pitches after 2 innings. VR gets the hustling Wendell, and one down here in the Tampa Bay 5th. We invite you to join University of Maryland students, alumni, and supporters for University Night at Oriole Park. Fans purchasing a University of Maryland University Night ticket package will receive a unique Orioles cap featuring the Terps colors and logo. Now, the caps are limited, so don't miss out. Reserve your seats now at Orioles.com/university. That ball's lined to left field, has some carry back on at Andreoli, and he runs it down. One pitch, one down. Thank you very much, and 2 away.
Hess thought Pham got that one, but just enough break on the end with his slider to get it on the end of the bat. Keep it in the yard.
Here's Mike Bordick's friend, Adam Kolarek.
Himself a strong finish to this year.
Orioles have 2 left-handed batters due up in the 6th. Breaking ball, get me over curve, 0-1. Chance Cisco is calling a good game all of a sudden now that David Hess has found his groove. He has a lot of choices there, the fingers to put down. What a difference getting ahead.
Yeah, for sure. And every pitcher, that should be the goal.
Somehow he got a piece of that. Wow.
Fastball cutting in hard. One of Hess's better pitches when he first came up was that cut fastball. Up to drive it in hard on the lefties.
Doesn't chase the changeup, so it's 1-2 on Choi. Well, Oakland has won. They came back and beat Texas 8-6, so the Rays need to win to stay 8 back of Oakland for that second wild card spot, and for the Rays, another game off the schedule. G-Man Choi, he has a real good batting eye, and that's one of the reasons he was attracted to Tampa Bay.
Oh, yeah, he is just really quiet, knows his strike zone. Anything's in that dish and he likes, he's cutting it loose. Quiet takes.
He fell behind 0-2, and he's about to see his 7th pitch. Well, 2-2 with 2 down, and the base is empty. Ball 3 overthrows the fastball. Back on it is Rickard. It's over his head and against the wall. Joey will play the carom. Choi will head to second base with a double. So 2 balls hit well, but not airborne enough.
Wow, a little sprinkler out there on second base. Choi swinging the bat well. Lucky, that's lucky. This one staying in the yard. Cisco calling for it in that outside corner, and it's up middle. And Choi pounding it off that right center wall. Rickard hustling it back in, but Choi standing on second base.
That was an unusual way to celebrate a double,
wasn't it?
You think it's a sprinkler?
Oh yeah, that's the old school sprinkler for
really?
Sure, man. You never did that dance?
No, I never did. I wasn't a dancer. Back in high school Spanish class when they called me Diego.
You weren't doing the salsa in class?
No, I had a tough time in that class. Sky to left, that's playable for Andreoli. And he's got it, so Hess works around that 2-out walk. We head to the 6th in a 5-3 game at the Trop.
are getting thrown out at third base. Yeah, making the third out at third. And then it's up to the Rays. Stealing a base here, put some pressure on the defense. How about Nunez throwing one away? Rushing the throw. Hess with the wild pitch. Smith will come around to score, and then Pham comes up. Looks like Rickard's going to contain it, but no, it gets by him. Pham hustling in the third, and Choi dropping a sac fly. Boy, an uneventful first inning for the Orioles as the Rays take an early lead, but the Orioles fighting back now. 5-3 here in the top of the sixth. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And here's Adam Kolarek, 3.55 earned run average. The only reason that's up there, earned run average got ballooned in his first outing. He's been throwing very well for the Rays, and you see on the land down under. Yeah, picked up this sidearm delivery and has not looked back. 60% ground ball rate. Can't get much better than that. A nice little two-seamer, a little sweeping slider as well. Developing changeup. And he's starting to make his mark here at the big league level.
Chris is 0 for 2. His last at bat, he had a line drive, a vicious line drive, but right at Tommy Pham in left field.
Davis easily could have 2 knocks tonight. The dying quail there that Pham had to take off the shoot tops in his first AB. Then a beautiful swing, that bullet. Another out to left field, but that's the type of approach that Chris Davis needs to have. Stay more consistent offensively, the ability to relax, use the whole field, because when he does, the ball just jumps off the bat.
Fights it off. Well, Chris Davis on the list. Here are the most home runs all time against the Rays. Alex Rodriguez with the most. David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, of course, a lot of games in the AL East. And then Chris Davis tied with Jose Bautista, Carlos Delgado, and Jason Giambi.
32, a big number. He's got 12 here at the Trop.
Fights that one off. Tampa Bay, their defense is pretty fascinating the way they keep changing it. With Chris Davis up here, the outfield is playing him to hit it as if he's a right-handed pull hitter. Look where Kiermaier is in center field, and towards the line and left is Pham. Look at all that room in right center and down the right field line.
Wow. Yeah, Davis seen a lot of different looks this year. Typically it's the over shift, the full shift where everybody's over on the right side of the field. And Davis seen enough of that. Started to shoot the ball to left field, so you see adjustments being made. Even the infielders almost as straight away as we've ever seen on Davis.
Fouls off the 7th pitch, so a stubborn at bat here for Davis.
Yeah, and this is the tester for sure. You hit a tough lefty coming from the side, and a left-handed hitter, you've got to keep that front side in. And Davis not in any rush right now. Seems kind of quiet, which is a good sign, especially against a tough lefty like Kolarek.
Davis has seen Kolarek just once. Bounce wide at first. Bowers charges, and the flip to Kolarek. So Davis is retired and 1 away.
Jam shot, rushing that fastball in. Toward that first big out.
That'll bring up Tim Beckham, who's had a good night. A couple of hits after coming into this game 0 for his last 10. Well, David Hess has allowed the Orioles to get back in this game. 4 unearned runs in the first inning against David because of an error on what should have been a routine throw by Nunez to Malik Smith leading off the game. Real good off-speed pitch. 1-1.
Yeah, that's a nasty changeup right there. Playing it off the fastball. Just missed with the first fastball. And entices Beckham to pull the trigger on that nasty change.
Ooh, that's a perfect pitch on the inside corner. Beckham, I guess it appeared like it was going to move off the plate, and instead it hit the corner. Francisco waits on deck. Doesn't chase the changeup. And 2-2 with one out, nobody on. Ball 3. That's a gutsy take.
Sure was. And Kolarek, see him change the arm angle right there on a 4-seam fastball. Pumping it up there 93 miles an hour from that sidearm slot. 89. Flipping in that 81 mile an hour changeup off that. But he can't rush it up there when he wants to.
Chop towards the middle. Adames has to wait on the hop and guns it to first to get Beckett. What an arm.
Took that extra step to a little bit more push behind this throw. A little crow hop there, a little shuffle step, and he fires a seed to get Beckham.
Chaz Rowe now getting loose.
Number 15, Chance Cisco.
Back-to-back right-handers behind Cisco should he get on. Struck out in the second, flied out in the fourth. It's been a tough year for Cisco, Mike, when you consider he made the opening day roster and then sent down, brought back, sent down again. And he was down for a long time.
All right. Well, you know, I think Cisco had himself a real strong spring training and obviously needed that bat, left-handed bat.
Second baseman Brandon Lau gets it. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Kolarek in the 6th. Or should at least be thankful for the drop because, yep, the weather rolled in this afternoon and a thunderstorm brought the rain. And here is Willie Adames set to lead off, and our Maryland Live Casino inside the numbers. How about the bottom of lineups and where they produce? And Mike, Tampa Bay, they are among the best, especially getting on base.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff, right? Second with that batting average. The on-base percentage kind of alluded to here with talking about Bowers especially. He's hitting under 200, but his on-base percentage is up over 310 right now. So, yeah, any team that's going to have a successful offense better have a strong bottom of the lineup. And the Rays kind of showing that they can do some things with the whole lineup. I think everybody 1 through 9 kind of built the same way here with the Rays. The ability to handle the bat, work pitchers, see a lot of pitches, take walks when they have to. So it's a strong offense.
And that's a base hit down the line. Nunez couldn't get it. Long run for Andrioli to dig it out. So Willie Adames has a leadoff double.
reaching out there and hooking it down the line. Nunez with the diving attempt, but it came off hot there for Adames. He's in with the leadoff double.
So here comes Buck, and that's going to do it for David Hess. His back-to-back lefties are due up here, so David really did an outstanding job after the defense let him down in the first. Here's Tanner Scott in the sixth.
Put 3 runs on the board. Hess settled in and ended up throwing a gem. Getting much deeper into this ball game than I think anybody expected. 3 punch outs in the game for David Hess. You see no walks, so back-to-back games for Hess with no walks and a nice outing considering the Orioles pitchers had 11 walks in last night's ball game. Tanner Scott now in out of the Orioles bullpen. 5.73 earned run average. Come down a little bit lately with 63 punch outs. Of course, Scott one of the better arms in the game.
Bauer's trying to bunt.
Take a look at the rest of the numbers here. Only sitting 254. Righties get him a little bit at 289, but the lefties having some problems. 211. Nice job keeping it on the ground. 49%.
Bowers has an RBI with a single already in this game. Squares again, and it's a good bunt. Scott has one play. It's at first, so Kevin Cash at home with the lead, playing for an insurance run. Runner at third and 1 down.
Yeah, I think Cash kind of showing the importance of runs. You know, having an opportunity, that leadoff double, and you better push him across. So a sacrifice bunt here in the middle of the ball game.
Remember the lefty on the mound. Cash is about to go to his bench. And Matt Duffy's going to come on.
Duffy having a strong offensive year. He's been flirting with 300 most of the season.
Duffy started in the game last night. It's a big run out there at third base, and Adames infield drawn in. Now, Tanner Scott's been pitching really well. He's had 3 consecutive scoreless appearances, and he's allowed just 1 run total in his last 7 appearances. And that's a total of 8 innings in those 7 games, so he's really coming on. He is a very important piece for next year's bullpen. So all the experiences that he's learning this year will be very valuable for next season.
Oh, you got that right.
And he go to spring training now. He's got the reference point of what he went through this year. That slider continues to improve, and when you throw 98, you can snap that thing off. You got a couple of real good weapons. And there's it is right there. He went on the appeal. You see Duffy, he's got to be looking 98, and then he gets this.
Yeah, nasty pitch. That's a 90-mile-an-hour slider right there. Working hard in on the hands. Duffy pulls the trigger on that one. He's either going to wear it off the shin or pull it in the Oriole dugout.
That one gets away from Cisco, and Adames will score. No, the slider bounced, and Cisco couldn't corral it.
Yeah, hard slider in there. Wanted to start it more on the plate. Maybe get Duffy to actually pull the trigger on that pitch. Cisco slid over. It looked like he got himself in a pretty good position, but did not get the right kind of kick on the slider. Kicks off the thigh and then too far away.
So it is 6-3 now. And 2-2 on Duffy. Just inside, ball 3. Duffy has faced Tanner just once, and he has a base hit.
So the sac bunt showing that you don't have to have a guy hit the ball to even bring him in, right? Fastball, wild pitch, same kind of thing.
Center field, there's a base hit. So, as we mentioned, you got to look fastball. He was, and he ripped it. So there's a one-out single. Fans, MLB.TV is now available at a lower price. For just $25.99, you can watch every out-of-market regular season game, plus get a free subscription to MLB At Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV to take advantage of the special offer. Nick Schufo, the catcher, hit by a pitch in the second, popped up to short in the fourth. There's a base hit in the right field, right past Duffy, who will put on the brakes and stop at second base. So after the wild pitch allowed the run to score, back-to-back base hits.
Yeah, continuing to put the pressure on Tanner Scott. He knows good ABs. Duffy taking it right back through the box, and it was going to be a tough matchup right there with Schufo, but he's getting ready to hit that first pitch, and he finds a hole.
Malik Smith reached on the error leading off in the bottom of the first. Renato Nunez threw it away, and that led to a big inning. 4 unearned runs against David Hess in that first inning.
The Oriole defense come up big right here. Help Tanner Scott out a little bit.
Dirt overthrows that fastball. Tanner Scott went to the same college that Hunter Wood of the Rays went to in Texas. They're on opposing sides now. There's a strike. High strike. 2-1. Duffy at second, Schufo at first with 1 down. Good looking breaking ball there.
That's nasty. Nasty left on left. Alex Smith's heart wasn't in that one.
Two and two. That is a chopper, and this is going to be a tough play, and no play. Boy, how about that? What else can go against the Orioles in this game?
Right.
Balls hitting catwalks. Ray's taking advantage of errors, a weak swing, and he gets a Baltimore chop base hit.
Yeah, this is what Malik Smith does here at the Trop. He knows how to play this field. 2 strikes, he just puts it in play. A little chopper. Tanner Scott has no play on. I mean, a good speed right there. Get some air underneath it. Nice job by Scott actually just to eat that ball.
Let's just go out to the mound. 4 visits remain for the O's. Like right beginning to get loose. There's Joey Wendell, who's tough to double up. There's the fastball by him. 98. Wendell actually in brief appearances pretty good against Scott. 2 for 3. Left field, that'll chase Andreoli back. He gets there, makes the catch. Tagging from third is Duffy. He'll come on to score, and that'll make it 7-3. Another sac fly.
And he made some a lot of productive outs, that's for sure. And productive ABs. Just keep working, putting some pressure on. Good things happen, you put the ball in play. That's what we've seen all night long from the Rays.
The other runners hold. Shufo at second and Smith on at first. There's Tony Pham. Strike 1 on the breaking ball. Tanner Scott is allowed a run. He also allowed the inherited run to score. 5-3 lead, now 7-3 for Tampa Bay. Same pitch, same call. 0-2.
Couple good sliders take advantage of this count.
And he got him. Weak swing on a slider, that'll do it. But 2 big insurance runs for Tampa Bay. Our Ram Do-Ups brought to you by Ram Trucks. Experience the power and toughness of Ram at your local dealer or log on to ramtrucks.com to get to work. Go. Look at our Ford drive of the game back in the 4th inning.
Oh yeah, he got a hold of one, a little mistake, up and out, over, and he backlegs it 2 miles an hour off the bat. It's a line drive at 24 degrees, 390 feet away. His 5th home run of the year, 4th in an Oriole uniform.
Hurry to your local Ford dealers for great savings on cars, trucks, and SUVs. Nunez will be followed by Andrioli and then Mullins. Ball one outside. Duffy pinch hit. He stays in the game at third base. And that moves Joey Wendell from third base to second base. Orioles again trail by 4. That one's towards the gap, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Kiermaier over to play it. He'll hold it to a long single. Man, does he cover ground out there.
Sure does. Fills up the gaps. Nunez ready to hit. It's a pitch he can handle. Fastball on that outside corner. He reaches out, finds some barrel.
Ball Fry begins to get loose. Under the watchful eye of Alan Mills. Strike one to Andrioli. And here's how they are defensing Andrioli. Look at left center. They're expecting him to hit it the other way.
Wow. It's a big hole over there.
In the dirt, knocked down by Shufo. Nunez thought about it and alertly stayed at first base.
Yeah, Shufo, his job getting right back up to the feet.
Andrioli has never faced Adam Kolarek. He probably stayed on because of the insurance runs. They had Chaz Rowe up last inning because of the righties coming up this inning. With a 4-run lead now, he can get a few more outs out of the left-hander Kolarek. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Andrioli down on strikes.
Changeup kind of pushing away. And the right-handed hitter. Take a look. Starts on that outside corner, pushes off a good 6-8 inches. Andrioli reaching out there, get a piece.
Chaz Rowe once again getting loose. He got up after the Nunez single. After Mullins, Joey Rickard, a right-handed batter. And time is called as a ball from Chaz Rowe made it all the way to home plate. The real home plate, not the bullpen home plate. Now that was a wild pitch.
Almost like Kirby in the back.
Bunt attempt that he missed. Throw behind Nunez and safe. Just getting back in is Nunez. That's some arm by Shufo.
That was close. See the bunt attempt. Mullins trying to push that one to second base, and Bowers is slapping it down on the back corner. Bang, bang play.
Bowers blocking the path back to the base as well. Smart move. Takes the changeup for a strike, 0-2. In the dirt. 1-2 on Mullins. Kolarek came on to begin the 6th, so he's gone 1 1/3. And Mullins goes down on strikes. He swings through it. And 2 down.
Kolarek getting a little sink on that two-seam fastball. Big reason why he gets that above average ground ball rate here, and Mullins just swinging right over the top.
So Kevin Cash will go get Chaz Rowe. He'll come on to face Joey Rickard in the 7th. Orioles, it may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles.
See Chaz Rowe now into the ball game. His 51st appearance, having a solid year for the Rays. 3.77 earned run average, 48 punchouts and 43 innings of work. See the opponents hitting just 199 overall. Controlling the righties at 182 because of that nasty slider he features.
Rickard swings through it, 0-1. Joey has doubled and singled, extending his hitting streak. He's now hitting 8 straight. Good breaking ball there, 0-2.
Always had the plus breaking ball. A couple of them to get into this count.
On ball third, that's fair. Long throw for Duffy. It bounces and it gets past Bowers. Heading to third is Nunez, and on at first is Rickard.
Rickard keep getting the knocks here against the Rays. A slider that stayed in the middle of the plate, so Rickard puts it in play hard. Duffy with the trying to make the tough play in foul ground and doesn't get any help on the back end with Bowers. Striding a little too soon. And the Orioles an opportunity to take advantage of a little miscue.
It'll be an infield hit for Rickard, so he's 3 for 4. And Nunez takes third on the error by Duffy. Here's Jonathan Villar. Fastball's upstairs. Villar has never faced Chaz Rowe. Fastball right there, 1-1. Villar has been on base all 3 times. Ran the Orioles out of an inning in the first when he tried to steal third with 2 down and was caught. RBI single in the third. And he's walked twice. There goes Rickard. Check swing at a breaking ball, no throw, so Joey has the bag. And number 4 for Rickard. So now a base hit can get the Orioles back again within 2. 2 down in the inning. There's Jose Alvarado. One of 13 relievers down there tonight. Line drive, base hit left field for Villar. Here's Nunez to score. Here's Rickard flying around. He will score. And the O's are back within 2. It is 7-5.
Beautiful piece of hitting right there. Villar having a nice offensive night. His second knock, but on base all night long. A big one there to get the O's right back in it. He's shooting it the other way. A beautiful swing with the hands, dragging that barrel through the zone, and Rickard with the good speed, scoring uncontested. And take a look, two-seam fastball, staying in the middle of the plate. And Villar staying hot.
Well, here's Trey Mancini representing the tying run. Villar back to the base.
He squared that one up. Came off the bat at 106 miles an hour.
So he has a multi-hit game. He has 3 RBIs. He sure does take a big lead. Wow.
Yeah, he does. It's been close. Even in the first inning, it was a pretty close pickoff attempt out there.
There he goes. Got a big jump, and it gets away from Schufo back to the screen. So VR has his second steal in the game and now has 12 as an Oriole.
Nice down, gets himself into scoring position. And there, Sheepfo just coming out a little bit too quick and can't hang on to the slider.
So now a single can make it a one-run game. Mancini's single came in his first at bat. He's 1 for 3. That hit him. So Mancini will take first base, and that brings Chris Davis up as the potential go-ahead run, likely against Alvarado.
Mancini well off the plate, catching him up in the rib cage. Maybe unbuttoning that jersey a little bit. Fastball taken off.
So as expected, Alvarado was getting loose to come on to face Davis. Chaz Rowe leaves in the 7th.
Big arm from Alvarado, 218 earned run average. He rushes that heater up there in the high 90s. Throws it about 70% of the time as well. You see the 65 punch outs in 57 and 2/3 innings of work. And opponent's hitting just 184. The lefties are up just a little bit more than the righties. He's giving up the 1 home run. Big fastball.
So 2 on. Those are the tying runs. And Chris Davis comes to bat as the go-ahead run. He has been held hitless so far tonight. 1 line drive to left field was a laser beam line drive, but he hit it right at Pham. Because of the way they're defending Davis with right center uncovered, a ball to the gap, Mancini easily would score from first. And with 2 down, they run on the swing. 97 for a strike. There you see the shift now on against Davis. His last 2 at bats, they didn't shift on the infield, but now Wendell, the second baseman, out there in shallow right. And Adames shading up the middle to keep VR close. Down and in. They must have a rule that if you don't throw 98, you can't be in the Rays bullpen.
A lot of big arms out there. Versatile arms. I mean, they use them in so many different directions. He's got, once he gets 7 saves this year.
Davis waves at the breaking ball. Obviously look at fastball and didn't get it.
Well, with the Alvarado, you really have to just look fastball. And you cheat to try to get to it. He throws that heater over 70% of the time. course, when he gets ahead, that's when he's probably going to flip that breaking ball in there a little bit more. He's had command problems all season long. Almost up over 4.5 walks per 9 inning.
That's a good take there. 2-2.
Quick fastball, 99 miles an hour.
Over but low, ball 3. Either he was fooled or that's a gutsy take. Because that one cut the plate in half. It was just low. So now the Orioles get a big advantage. 3-2 with 2 down. The runners will be off. VR from second, Mancini from first will get a head start. Here they go. Check swinging a breaking ball, and he went too far. That's a strikeout, and that ends the inning. So Alvarado comes on and gets a big, big out. But the Orioles chip back in. VR's 2-run single as we hit the 7th inning stretch makes it a 2-run game. Side. And Buck Showalter goes to the bullpen. Here is Paul Fry.
Paul Fry at 304 earned run average, 24 punch outs in 26 2/3 innings of work. And you see how the opponent's hitting 263. He's got the reverse splits, 237 for the righties, 300 by the lefties. Kevin Cash brings in a righty.
And CJ Cron pinch hits. Fouls it straight back.
Cron having a strong year, big time power hitter. Probably their only legitimate power hitter with the 26 bombs.
Which is a career high for him. He was acquired from the Angels in the offseason. Once the Angels signed Shohei Ohtani, he became expendable because that meant that Albert Pujols, who is now on the DL, had to play more first base.
Raking the lefties.
Breaking ball misses low, 1-2. Kiermaier is on deck, and then Willie Adames, who's had a big game. Fry last worked on Tuesday in Seattle, charged with 2 runs, 1 earned in an inning and a third. And a ground ball past the mound that he failed to field fueled that inning. If he makes that play, no runs come in. So again, we keep getting back to that same point. It's the importance of fielding your position.
Yeah, absolutely.
No extra outs, no extra base runners.
Pitchers can only help themselves if they can field their position. And for as many pitching fungo practice drills they go through in spring training, you'd think they'd never miss a ball. I mean, every day they're out there getting their ground ball work. But, different beast come game time.
Line drive, base hit left field. He got a hanging breaking ball. Orioles need a shutdown inning here. They're back within 2 and only have 6 outs to work with. And we'll see if Kevin Cash again will go to the sacrifice as he did in the 6th inning. And Adames led off with a double. They sure do have a lot of sound effects here. Kiermaier takes a strike at the knees. He thought it was low. You see the gesture. So now with a strike, he looks at his third base coach, Matt Cotaro, to see if maybe the bunt is now on. It's not. A little bit low. There's Matt. C.J. Cron, the runner at first, nobody down. Ground ball, base hit left field. You know, the Rays this weekend, Mike, they're putting on a clinic on how to use that bat.
Okay.
Slap it where it's pitched, take advantage of the defense.
Yeah, you see here why lefties have such an advantage. I mean, staying on this slider, loses that front hip, but boy, if you can control that bat, keep it back a little bit longer like he did there, give yourself an extra opportunity. He does. Not in a hole the other way.
It's on the protective pad. So first and second and nobody down, and here is Willie Adames. Strike 1. Strike 2.
This must be looking for something else. Good hitters right there to hit.
Adames has never faced Paul Fry. Big runs out there in this 2-run game. Breaking ball got him. That's a big pitch. So 1 down on the strikeout to Adames.
A nasty slider here. Good job finishing it off. Hard down and in. Beautiful pitch to pick up that first out.
So Fry gets the first out. Another dangerous hitter, Jake Bowers, comes up. RBI single came back in the first inning. He's also laid down a sacrifice. Inside ball 1. A 7-5 game here. Slider misses low, so 2-0 the count on Bowers.
Well, this could be a big-time momentum-shifting inning for the Orioles. If they can somehow get out of this, maybe one big pitch, one big defensive play here can really fire up the offense. Offense been fighting back the whole game long. 2 runs that last inning. Nice VR piece of hitting.
Side ball 3. You do not want to walk him to load the bases with only 1 down. And that's exactly what he did. 4-pitch walk to a left-handed batter. With the bases loaded with only 1 down, there goes the phone to the bullpen. And Roger McDowell will come out for a visit as the bullpen gets busy.
Yeah, these are the type of situations where you just don't want the game to speed up. A young lefty, a young catcher as well with Chance Sisco. 1 pitch away from getting out of a big jam right here.
And Mike Wright getting loose, second time in this game he's been up. Matt Duffy, who pinch hit and singled in the 6th inning, came around to score. Crone, Kiermaier, and Bowers 3rd to 1st with only 1 down. So the Orioles will play the infield back at double play depth and hope for a ground ball. And strike 1. Duffy is facing Fry for the first time. Line foul the other way, so it's quickly 0-2. That one hung a little bit.
Yeah, Duffy almost shooting it down that right field line. That's where you'd love to see him bury one down and in, but we've already seen one get away from Chance Sisco. You need to stop. You need to hold him right here.
0-2. Fastball sails, so a ball and 2 strikes on Duffy. Fights off a good slider that time.
It sure was. Working hard in there on the hands. Duffy actually had it jumping out of the way on the swing. And he was going to get a piece of the ankles. Looked like he fouled down between the legs. Wow.
Duffy came over in 2016 in August. Matt Moore, the left-handed pitcher, traded to San Francisco. Missed all of last year because of Achilles surgery on his left Achilles. Breaking ball, that one hung a little bit, but he was out in front.
Look out.
Taro over there at third base. Fry battling Duffy with a count 1-2. Late on the swing, but he fouled it off.
Nice little battle right here. And Duffy, of course, letting that ball travel as long as possible.
Carlos Gomez, that's a good look.
Wow.
So Fry battling here. This will be the 7th pitch to Matt Duffy. Outside, ball 2. Both the fastballs that have missed in this at bat have been balls out of his hand. So Duffy not even tempted to go after it.
Yeah, he's a little tentative driving a fastball in there on that inside corner. Working that slider in there, though.
All three. Again, the fastball sails.
Yeah, so those are fastballs. Cisco calling for him on the inside corner. And he's just coming out of his delivery a little too quick. Losing an arm side.
Nowhere to put him. Bases loaded. And a 3-2 count. Another foul ball. So this will be now a 10-pitch at bat. He's fouled off 5. Who will win this battle?
Well, if he can execute that fastball in, he'll be able to lock him up.
Towards the middle, there's a base hit. Chrome will score. Kiermaier will score. Going to third is Bowers. And once again, Tampa Bay has a 4-run lead. The Oriole bullpen just can't shut them down.
Yeah, letting the bat right there by Duffy. Fouling off pitch after pitch until he can finally get a pitch to handle. Take a look. Cisco getting back in there again. Maybe catching too much of the third of the plate. He hammers it right back through the middle.
So with a lefty on the mound, Carlos Gomez will be announced as a pinch hitter, and I'm sure Buck will then go to the mound to bring on Mike Wright. As Gomez comes off the bench to bat for Schufo, and here he is. And we'll get Mike Wright. So a disappointing outing for Paul Fry as he allows 2 runs, and the 2 men on base his responsibility. It's now 9-5.
Got on a nice little roll after he had moved to the Oriole bullpen, but August didn't treat him too well, and neither has the beginning of September. Opponent's hitting over 300, 312 clip right now. He's given up a few home runs here recently as well. But he's looking for a ground ball here. Double play to get out of this inning.
So Duffy's 2-run single once again gives Tampa Bay a 4-run lead. A 10-pitch at bat. So here is Gomez, first appearance in this series. Swinging and a miss at a real good breaking ball. Schultz begins to get loose. He got into the game last night. Right, keeping Duffy close. They can gamble a little bit, Tampa Bay, because of the 4-run lead. Duffy does have 10 steals on the year. Bunt was a safety squeeze, and he fouled it off. He might have done that on his own.
I think so. He was checking down at third base, see where Nunez was when he first stepped into the box. So realizing there was an opportunity there, an RBI. Buck Showalter, that sideways look.
A 1-2, or excuse me, 0-2 on Gomez. Gomez in his 12th big league season. He's 32. And he got him, gets a fastball by him. So there's a 3-pitch strikeout and 2 away.
A nice job by Mike Wright in there early with the slider and then taking advantage right in that fastball up and in. Gomez trying to do some damage with the 2 strikes. A little bit too big right there.
Here's Malik Smith. 1 out of 4. He's also scored a run and stolen a base. Mike Wright has allowed runs in his last 5 consecutive appearances. 8 runs total in his last 5 games. Going 5 2/3 innings. 8 earned runs. Hit. Malik Smith delivers. Scoring from third is Bowers. And it's now 10-5.
Now Smith taking it right back through the box. Fastball staying in the middle of the plate. Chuck and duck right there for Mike Wright Jr. Now he's pushed another one across.
There's Joey Wendell. Wendell has 2 RBIs on 2 sacrifices. A squeeze bunt in the 2nd. And then a sac fly in the 6th. Brandon Lau was on third. He broke for the plate. David Hess tried to get Lau at the plate. And Wendell reached. So after the Orioles pull within 2 and get the potential go-ahead run to the plate, Tampa Bay comes up and answers with 3 more runs. Left field, Andreoli back. He's got to play. And he puts it away, and the inning is finally over. But 8 batters come up, 3-run score. Tampa Bay extends its lead.
Well, the Orioles fighting back in this ball game, but a wild pitch lets the Rays back in. Adames over on third base and Duffy at the plate. See this one getting away from Chance Cisco. And that'll make it 6-3. And the Rays continue to put some pressure on the Orioles. Now 10-5 ball game here in the top of the fifth, or top of the eighth, excuse me. Jamie Schultz now into the ball game. Came in last night's game. This will be his 15th appearance. 403 earned run average. A pretty good fastball, curveball slider combination. But loves the heater. 92-98 with the heater. And it's hitting just 153.
Jesus Sucre is now in the game behind the plate. And Michael Givens, who needs some work, gets loose. And Beckham has had a good day, 2 out of 3 with a couple of singles. Schultz is the 7th pitcher used by Kevin Cash in this game. Diego Castillo, the opener, pitched just 1 inning. One and 2 on the foul ball. Beckham has faced Schultz only 2 times. He is 0 for 2 against him. And he got him. Foul tip held by Sucre.
Full AB, the fastball velocity kept going up and up. First pitch was 92, and then final pitch 95 miles an hour. And all fastballs hit Tim Beckham.
Chance Cisco still looking for a hit since coming back to the big leagues on Monday. Rays have done a real good job of building this bullpen around power arms. In fact, with the September call-ups, that ball deep to left field. Pham all the way back to the wall to make the catch. So Cisco's 0 for 4 and 2 down. Here's Renato Nunez. Nunez has a 2-run home run.
Trying to pick up another home run right there after that high fastball.
Jamie Schultz, the 7th pitcher. Diego Castillo started. Then it was Ryan Yarbrough, Ryan Stanek, Adam Kolarek, Chaz Rowe, Jose Alvarado, and now Schultz. The Orioles in this game have been retired 3 up, 3 down only once. Their record this year in games scoring 5 runs is actually quite good. 32-15 for a team that is almost 60 games below 500. And a foul tip held by Sucre, and there's a 3-up, 3-down inning. So Nunez retired on the strikeout. O's go down in the 8th. Tomorrow, Josh Rogers will make the start for the Orioles against TBA. Our coverage on Masson 2 begins at 12:30 with O's Extra presented by Ford, and then game coverage at 1 o'clock. We've got all the access you need right here on Masson. Alex Cobb was to make the start, but that blister is still bothering him, so he's going to be pushed back into the Oakland series.
Give him a couple more days, let that thing heal up. Michael Givens now into the ball game. This will be his team-leading 60th appearance out of the pen. Hasn't picked up a win this year, which is pretty odd for Givens at that earned run average. Ballooning on Givens this season. It's hitting .249.
Well, on this trip, he had the blown save in Kansas City, and then he picked up a save in Seattle in his next appearance that he got into. He says that his approach, even though now he's working back end of games and usually in the 9th inning, is the same approach that he had when he would come in even during an inning. So nothing really has changed. He said he just looks at it as, I need to make pitches, I need to get outs. So there's no pressure whatsoever, the fact that he's now, in most cases, the closer.
Yeah, Michael Givens got into those higher leverage situations pretty quickly after showing what he could do being called up from Double-A. Of course, Michael Givens drafted by the Orioles as a shortstop, and a couple years in the system, not hitting too much. He made the switch over to pitching, and it did not take him long to catch on. He's a big arm in high school as well.
Beckham will charge and fire on the run to get Pham, and 1 down. Well, if you think about it, for a contending team, and he has pitched on contending teams, you can save a game in the 6th inning.
Oh, absolutely.
You come on with men on base, minimize the damage, maybe spoil a rally, and then you stay in the game and then get the opposing team out the next inning. All of a sudden now you're in line for a win. Your team comes back. So you're right. I mean, the pressure of saving a game and closing out a game, you notice it more because if he doesn't get it done, he walks off a loser, right, as he did in Kansas City. But the pressure is the same, and what's encouraging for Michael as a young closer, although he was kidding the other day, he said because of the trades, he's now the veteran out there.
Right.
At least in terms of experience. But the pressure of what he had been through is equal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Givens would come into those close ball games, and I kind of made a reference saying that he didn't have any wins this year. In the past, he's hawked out wins. I think he had 7 one year.
Well, he's had more wins the last 2 seasons coming into this year than any reliever in baseball. Fouls it back.
Oh my gosh, did that hit him on the hand? He swung and he almost put it in play off his knuckles. Oh my goodness, that might have got him in the bicep too.
And one bounces in there.
Well, tough to pick up Givens anyway. He turns his back on the righties and he slings it from the side. And of course, he's got a heavy fastball. This one taken off up and in. And just missed the knuckles. I thought it got a piece of his arm and his hand. But he took it off there thinking it was going to hit him.
Givens combined the last 2 years went 16-3. Long run for Davis. He may have a play and just can't reach it. He thought he was going to bang into the wall there. So now for 3 straight years he's pitched in at least 60 games. Last year career high 69. And he got him. Cron down on strikes, 2 away.
Oh, nice heater there. He already offered it one up and in. Might as well attack there again. And a good job. See Cisco calling for that fastball. And he hits the spot. Good pitch by Givens.
Here's Kiermaier, who has had a good game. Givens hasn't worked since Tuesday, so Buck Showalter gets him in for an inning. It's his 3rd appearance on this trip. Right field, that's playable for Rickard. And he's got it. So Michael Givens has a 3 up, 3 down 8th. We head to the 9th. Last chance for the O's. They come to bat down by 5. Low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. And by Royal Farms. Royal Farms world famous chicken is #1 in Food and Wine magazine for the best fast food fried chicken. Royal Farms, real fresh, real fast. Art Museum in St. Petersburg on this Saturday night. 10-5 game. And here's Kittredge to try to close it out.
Now threw a perfect 8th in last night's ball game, but troubles on the year. 7.42 earned run average. Kittredge pitches backwards, pitches off his slider. And so we'll see a lot more sliders than fastballs. Even though he can rush it up there in the mid-90s, the opponent's hitting lofty 326. Righties at over 400.
So Kittredge will face Corbin Joseph, who rejoined the team yesterday, and he'll pinch hit here in the 9th inning. First ball swing will foul it off. Mike and I observed during batting practice. We just happened to glance down, and Corbin was fielding some ground balls at second base, and right next to him was his brother Caleb. And then they backed up into the outfield and stayed together the rest of BP.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, right? I think a lot of siblings dream of being on a big league field together.
There's the slider. Caleb probably will catch tomorrow. Wins caught the opener, Cisco, tonight. And he got it. Down on strikes goes Corbin. Joseph, one away.
Backdoor slider right there. The best one, 2 strikes, but gets away with it.
Cedric Mullins, the leadoff hitter. 0 for 3 on the night. 5 for 29 on the trip. Bunts third base side. It's a beauty. You're going to let it roll and hope it goes foul. And it does not. So Mullins is on with a bunt single.
A pretty good touch right here from Mullins. And Duffy hoping that one rolls foul, but that third base line kind of angled in. I saw one of the Rays coaches roll one down the line, and then he can't coming back into fair territory.
So they manicure it for their team because of the speed.
Sure.
Joey Rickards had a big night with 3 hits. Chopper, Duffy, second there, back to first by Wendell. There's a double play, and that'll do it. The ball game is over. Nicely turned by Tampa Bay. Duffy to Wendell, and Wendell with a strong pivot and throw to first to retire Joey Rickard. Our final score here at the Trop as the Rays make it back-to-back wins over the O's. Tampa Bay 10 and the Orioles 5.